Hello there, survivors. Welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended, and today I've built this modern tech base, or at least that was going to be it, but I've turned it into something completely different with some custom cosmetic skins. And now I'm proud to present you Tony Stark's mansion on the edge of a cliff, and I'm very happy with the way this design turned out. I think it's a really cool looking base, and I kind of wish I built it earlier like I many times do, because this would have been a great place to call home for a long time here on the center. Alright, let's Iron Man it out here and check out this new build I made. So yeah, this is a build inspired by the Tony Stark mansion from the first couple of Iron Man movies, and I really like the way it turned out. As you can see, it's not really a modern tech base like I usually do, because I've used a bunch of custom cosmetics for this, mostly the modern one, I believe they're called. I'll link the right one here in the description, but if you search for modern, you'll probably find it, and it has a bunch of cool textures that you can use to decorate your base with, including this white plaster, which looks really good for these modern type builds. Yeah, and just makes it look yeah, it's very different to what you can usually do, and even what you can do with painting. And then I've got a nice pool here on the side, which is using the water cosmetics, custom cosmetics, so that you can have like a water layer on top of a foundation basically. So that's how I got a pool in there. And then we made a bunch of these circles to kind of get the similar shapes to what the mansion has. Of course, it's always difficult to exactly translate things from real life or movies or series into ARK with the limitations that we have, but I've tried to do it to my best abilities. And yeah, let's do a little flyby. I think it turned out pretty nice. The only downside is that at some points I had to do a little bit of overlapping and yeah, clipping into each other. Oh, they're like clipping into this tree, which does mean that, I probably know that you will ask for a tutorial for this build, and I do plan on making it, but just know that you can't actually do this without having overlapping available. So official servers are out of the question, because as far as I know, there's no overlapping at any sorts allowed over there. So yeah, unfortunately can't do that, but I still think it looks really good, and maybe you can still take some inspiration. I guess if you would want to do it in official, you would have to make sure that all these circles don't really overlap at all, so that you can maybe make something similar work. Anyway, let's get closer. Let's land here in the pool, or next to the pool. So I've used the Frontier skin here, and we've got a pool. Unfortunately, can't actually swim because it's not real water, but it looks like water. I do need to add a little bit more decorations out here. I want to have like some custom cosmetics from the summer stuff out here to decorate this whole bunch. Kind of forgot about that until I started recording this one, but yeah, that would be fun, adding a few nice little details and touches around here. So yeah, then we got a staircase off to the normal land, but also kind of connecting back up to this layer where we can walk around, enjoy the view here on the center of Skull Island. So a pretty nice view from the cliff, and if render distance was a thing and we could look a little bit further in ARK, we would see my ocean tech base in the distance as well. But yeah, anyway, I'm quite happy with this whole thing. The whole way this turned out is pretty nice. So yeah, we got the deck up here. We got a bunch of kegs, of course, because Tony Stark definitely would have some in store. And then we have one of the many entrances right here. You can go into this layer, which is a little bit of the kitchen area right here, and then also the dino area with cryo fridges, food, some more fridges for maybe kibble and stuff like that, and air conditioning to hatch dinos as well, because you do have plenty of space in here, and any dino that fits through a dino gate you can easily take into your base as well. So that's pretty neat, I would say. Then we got another layer here with a fancy little stair between them, and this is kind of the crafting and storage area. So we have a bunch of crafting things here. We've got auto generator and everything, and we got another door here as well on the side if you want to exit from there. And then it kind of runs into the cliff here, but it's fine. It's fine. And then, yeah, of course, we have all the tech stuff here because this is a Tony Stark mansion. So it feels like it should have all the tech. We do have a little piano if you want to enjoy the view and play some music. Thought it would be a fun touch as well. And then this is just a little edge where you can walk on. No safety railings because, I mean, yeah, that just doesn't look as good. But yeah, you can go all the way around until the other side. And then there's another layer here going down a little bit. And this is kind of the bedroom. We got some of the modern beds with the custom cosmetics. We got the sci-fi benches here to enjoy the view as well. And then another bed here. And then a little disco area over here. Nice map on the wall and more storage as well. I tried to make it a little bit cozy, but also just keep the very clean and grand vibes of the whole build. But it is pretty nicely connected with each other. You can basically go around in the whole building. We got a nice skylight here as well in this section, which it's just a really nice touch to get a lot of natural light into your base, which just really works very well. And yeah, I really like the fact that you have so much space on the inside. You can easily bring in all your gathering tames to unload them, to keep them safe. You have this whole area to breed, etc. Got a teleporter here as well to link it up to other bases. At least that's what we do, because I build like at least 1 or 2 a week. And then here on the roof we got the tech transmitter so that we can transfer to the rest of the cluster. But this roof also serves as our parking spot for all of our flyers. And we have so much space because you got the first layer, you got this in between one, you got the next one over here, and then of course the one at the top as well with the skylight. Now, optional, you could also of course just leave this completely open, not even have glass in there, but well, then people could easily enter your base, I suppose. But yeah, you do have bunch of space to park your flyers here. Of course, you can use turrets to keep it safe as well. Whatever you need, of course. But yeah, I quite like it. So most of this is just using normal structures. I used tech stuff for this before I transferred it into this, but I guess it doesn't really matter what you build it out of. If you use these custom cosmetics, they will just look like this. And then for the glass, I did use ASR glass, so Architect Structures Remastered, the mod. But you could also just use greenhouse glass or use another custom cosmetic. I think it's clear glass or clean glass by Wildcard themselves. It gets a similar glass looking like this, but yeah, you would have to skin everything. And I can tell you from skinning all the other structures, that does take a long time because you have to basically place everything first, then skin it again. So it does take a little bit longer. It's a little bit easier if at least the glass you can just place down straight away if you used a mod. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this one turned out. I had this in my head for like a week or so and thought maybe I should try and build the mansion, but can I get those shapes over to ARK? But as with most of my builds, I like to be inspired by things, but I don't like to be completely tied down by them. And I think in this case that's what I did. I was inspired by it, but I didn't let it completely, you know, influence all the steps of my build and design. Alright, I'm gonna add some few more decorations before we end the video to add some more life to the pool area there. Alright, I've added a few details here. As you can see, we got some of these around. We got some inflatables around the pool to bring some extra life to the place. And we got this lovely little bench, which is custom cosmetics with some petals around as well. And then we actually have the tree, which is the wind turbine. It's all custom cosmetics, which they're just really fun to play around with and get some of these amazing looks for your builds without having to actually install like proper mods. And a lot of these are just also enabled unofficial, so even if you can't exactly build my design, there's still some things that you could use. I mean, who doesn't want to have a lovely blossom tree instead of a wind turbine? I mean, I know what I would want. But anyway, this is my Tony Stark mansion in ARK. I think it's a really cool build. Do let me know if you would want to see a tutorial, but do keep in mind this would not be possible unofficial, as it does need overlapping to be available or possible for this design that I've made to happen. So let me know if you would like to see that in the comments down below. And of course, feel free to suggest other builds as well if there's still things that you would like to see me try and build. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.